Welcome to Fueling Your Legacy, hosted by Samuel Knickerbocker. Each week, we expose the faulty foundational mindsets of the past and rebuild a new, stronger foundation essential in creating your legacy. We've got a lot of work to do, so let's get started. Hello, and welcome back to the Fuel Your Legacy podcast. We are so excited for today. And today, this topic that we're going to be discussing this whole week is just mind-blowing and also absolutely essential. Probably one of the greatest things, mindsets, habits, and behaviors essential in creating a meaningful legacy. And that is because it's all about mastermind, creating a solid mastermind, but also visualizing what you actually want. So many people, they go out and they think, hey, well, I've got this problem, so I think this is going to be the solution, and then hopefully I get the result that I want, rather than actually approaching the whole entire conversation from, hey, what result do I want, and then reverse engineering that to what actions do they need to be taking today to actually make that come to pass. So that's what we're going to be talking about today. Super excited. On Wednesday, we're going to be reviewing the book Psycho-Cybernetics. If you haven't listened to it, go get it and listen to it. It is one of the nice things about this book specifically is it's a lot like a workbook. So as you're listening to it, reading it, then it's going to ask you questions after each time. Rather than telling you what to learn, it's just asking you to kind of go back into your mind and draw upon your own experiences that you already have to really understand the concepts of what they're talking about. So that's super important. I'm excited to share more on that on Wednesday and then on Friday. Okay, so I've had a lot of guests on my podcast. This guest is from the farthest. He's going to be, well, he is currently in Australia, but he's from England. So that's an exciting thing. But also, his story is just incredible. And how he got into what he's doing, how he became a mastermind coach, how he became the creator of so many different masterminds across the world, helping them become and grow and do what they want to do. I'm just super excited. His name's Ronan Leonard, and you will be blessed to be able to hear from him. So that is what we have in the lineup for this week. And then also, if you will take a screenshot of you listening to this and post it on social media, I will give you a shout out. If you tag me in it, obviously, I'll give you a shout out. You can go check out my website, samknickerbocker.com. And then last but not least, Travis Brady and I, we are going to be doing a next generation legacy wealth workshop on May 11th, and tickets are now on sale for that. It is going to be mind-blowing. The more and more Travis and I talk about what we need to teach and what we want to share with you specifically, then we're thinking, okay, how can we, one, make sure they're getting way more value than they've ever gotten anywhere else. You could go listen to Wayne Dyer. You could go listen to Bob Proctor. You can go listen to Grant Cardone. You can go listen to these people, Dave Ramsey, Tony Robbins. You can go listen to these people and read their book or whatever. But if you want to have a true experience and then even take it a little bit deeper on and find out the things that they're not telling you, they tell you a lot of surface level things. But if you want to find out what they're not telling you and experience that, then that's what we're going to be talking about there. It's really targeted for those people who they've worked maybe 15, 20 years in corporate America. They've worked and sold their time to this corporation, and they've lost that time with their family. They've lost that time with their spouses, and they're really looking for a way so they can increase their lifestyle without having to spend more hours, because they only have so many hours and they really want to spend those hours with their family. So that is going to be the exciting thing that's happening in May 11th. Please go check that out on my website. There's a link there that you can get access to that, or on my Facebook. You can also go there, click the link for that event, and we're excited to have you there. So let's jump right into Mastermind. So we've heard multiple times in our lives that you are the average of the 5 people that you hang out with. Why is that, and why do you believe that that is? I had to ask myself that question because I have a lot of people that I don't necessarily feel like I'm the average of, right? I liked to spend my time rather, with people that of all different interests, all different goals, and all different motivations. And I thought I was lifting them up, and I thought I was doing this great thing, but my mentality, the things that I was dealing with in my mind weren't showing up the way I wanted to. I was pretty successful. And when I wasn't, I would just read books or do different things to be in association with the right people. But no matter how much we listen to, think about those things, it is important to get into actual proximity of greatness. And that's what I found out was part of a mastermind is actually having a group of people who all have the same goal. This is something that is touched on in the book Think and Grow Rich, where he talks about having a mastermind. He talks about how he met with Lincoln, Edison, all these great minds, Carnegie, George Washington, Christ even. He met with all these great minds. And what's interesting about that is in that book, you don't really get the full depth of what he was talking about. But if you go to his Laws of Success book, it's like 5 times bigger. It's basically an encyclopedia of success and how to have it. Well, he goes in depth into what a mastermind is and how to construct the proper mastermind. You're not just looking for a group of people who are all willing to support each other in their goals, right? What you're looking for is a group of people who all have the same goal, right? And that is very, very key to creating a mastermind. Are you associating with a bunch of people who all have the same goal, or are you associating with people who all have different goals and you're all just going to try and support each other? The benefit is, from a quantum physical level, our thoughts are energy. Well, we're energy to begin with. Like everything that you experience in life is actual just vibrations of energy. So every time you alter that vibration by thinking something, then that is an energy. If you can get all group of your mastermind into that same energy frequency, then that's when you really have a force to be reckoned with and an unquenchable power. I've been mentioning this documentary because it's just so fascinating to me. But there's a documentary, The Men Who Built America, and it was going over J.P. Morgan, Andrew Carnegie, and John D. Rockefeller and what they had done in their lives, their creations. Well, there was a point when a politician came in and they were trying to destruct the monopolies that they had. And so these were arch enemies. They were constantly trying to not just kind of get rid of somebody else's business. They were trying to eat somebody else's business, buy it out from under them, destroy their product, whatever it was. They were doing anything they could to get rid of their competition, right? Cutthroat people trying to get rid of their competition. And when it came to the point where monopolies may be deconstructed and they would have all lost everything, then these enemies, they all got in the same room. They created an alliance, a mastermind of creating the perfect candidate. And that is how President McKinley actually got elected. Was they basically went out, found somebody who was going to support them, dumped millions and millions of dollars in there. Before there was any like campaign finance laws or anything, they basically purchased themselves a president for 2 terms, or so they thought. So you have to think, who's actually on my team and who is going to have the same goal as me, right? You don't want to spend your time from a mastermind perspective with a bunch of people with separate goals. You want to really hone in on who has my same goal, my same objective, and wants to do something my way, and then surround yourself with those people. I find myself in this position about 6 to 7 months ago, recognizing that what is my ultimate goal? My ultimate goal is to be a public speaker and to be on stage in front of thousands of people, right? That's what I want more than anything. And not because for myself, but because I have a unique message, I feel, and I've had individual conversations with hundreds of people. And when I have these conversations, their mind is blown and they're super excited and they want more of it. The issue that I find is I don't have enough time to share that much light and knowledge on a one-on-one basis. And so for me, the best and most effective way for me to go about sharing that truth and light and knowledge with the masses is to do it on stage. So my objective to be on stage is to bless more people faster, right? Well, I was not in a position where I was at in my career and associating with people who had that same goal and vision. They were all building their business, albeit we're all in the financial industry. They were all building their business a different way than me. And that was okay if I wanted to just achieve a small level of success. But for me, knowing what I wanted to achieve, I had to go out and associate myself with people who are building a public speaking circuit. They were building a way to get onto stages in front of more people faster. And that's what I needed at the time, because that's what I actually wanted. I wanted to get onto stages faster. Now, fast forward 6 months, I've now, from not speaking on anybody's stages, not even knowing where to start, kind of going to Toastmasters occasionally. Now I've gone from that to already this year, I've spoken on 1 stage and I have 5 more booked for this year. My goal is a total of 12. I honestly believe I'm going to hit that as far as like bookings. I'm going to hit that by June. And by June, I'm going to need to increase my goal. The cool thing about that is it's following my passion, and the people that I'm associated with, they have that one goal in mind, helping people succeed, helping me succeed at my goal to spread my message at this thing, at public speaking. Okay, so when you're looking for masterminds, that's a good example of one specific area that I have a mastermind in. Okay, you may need multiple masterminds. So I have a mastermind that helps me and teaches me more about finances and how to be more effective there. And my old mastermind that I used to call my mastermind, that is actually effective for that goal. Okay, but when I wanted to get into public speaking, I couldn't rely on this mastermind, my first mastermind, to actually help me accomplish my second goal. I had to go find a mastermind just for that goal. And so think about, okay, who would I want on my dream team? Who would I want in my mastermind group? And if you can't actually directly currently be with them or get yourself around them, maybe in the same proximity, maybe they're dead, and there's lots of reasons why you can't get around somebody. Well, if that's the case, that is where you need to really understand The Laws of Success by Napoleon Hill, and also go reread some of the last chapters in Think and Grow Rich, where they're talking specifically about masterminds and how to create that. Because manifesting, it's so funny. I'm going to go on a little rant here because I'm tired of using words that I just think are silly. I loved the old words that we used to use. 1828 dictionary. The word vision is something that's very real, right? I'm a member of the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints. So Joseph Smith had visions. Paul, if you read the Bible, they had visions. Lots of people had visions, right? Visions are simply envisioning something. Okay, people, for some reason, they have detached the word vision from visualize or visualization, right? They for some reason they've held having a vision up to a higher standard than just visualization. The same root word is the same. It's a different tense of the word, but essentially, when you are visualizing something in great detail to the point that you cannot differentiate whether it's true or not, that's a vision, right? You're having a vision. The objective of visualization from a sports psychology perspective, from a business psychology perspective, from a family perspective, from a birthing perspective, whatever it is, the purpose of visualization is to get your mind in such sync with all of your energy, and you know exactly what's going on. You've already pre-visualized, you've already had a vision of the future. You've already had a vision of what's going to happen. And by nature of you creating the vision that you want, you actually are able to have that come to pass, right? And so we call it, because people have a weird skewed view of the word vision, then our culture has come up with this new word. Instead of calling it a vision, we call it manifesting, right? I'm going to manifest this into my life. Look, it's the same principle. The principle is, do you know exactly what you want with like laser focused clarity down to the color that your nails are going to be, the color of your hair, the color of the shirt, the color of your socks, the color of your underwear? Do you know exactly what it smells like, tastes like, feels like? Like, how much clarity have you actually created in your vision? This is what a solid mastermind does. They create a vision of what is going to come to pass with such degree of clarity that there's no possible way that they can fail at it. And that is the game. That is the game of having a mastermind group or a mentorship group. I'm grateful for mine. I encourage you to get one for yourself. And no matter what your goals are, maybe it's a faith goal. Maybe you're just really striving at this point in time to really connect with God, really experience some spiritual things in your life. Maybe you want to actually have a vision, right? Maybe that's a goal of yours. Well, get around people who can help you gain absolute clarity in what you're looking for. And then you can have a vision, right? Then you can have these experiences that are beyond anything. They're unexplainable. They're a feeling, they're an experience that's not expressed in words because it's just too hard to express it in words. that is what you should be striving for out of a mastermind group. Maybe you're not ready for that. Maybe you just need to start with a broad mastermind group of maybe masterminding or brainstorming rather, what might be good for a mastermind. And then once you get to that objective, then be a lot more specific. I found in my life that joining a mastermind is really an interesting experience because generally it's not the same as creating your mastermind, right? Sometimes you can go in and there's an already existing group where you already know everything everybody there is absolutely in support of you accomplishing your goal. Sometimes that happens. I've seen it happen, I should say. It hasn't ever happened to me. For me, I had to go create my mastermind. I handpicked the people that I want in my mastermind circle for me to become the most successful I can be. And I encourage you to do the same. So that's where we're going to stop for today. I'm super, super excited. I don't want to give away too much of what we're going to be talking about in the book on Wednesday, the book review for Psycho-Cybernetics. Again, this book will blow your mind. It will give you even more clarity specifically on the visualization aspect of a mastermind and how to really create the future that you want. And so that is going to be key for you guys to really understand moving forward how to experience what you want and how to change and release old views of what you don't want and step into new views of what you do. And so that is going to be happening on Wednesday. I don't want to give away too much for there. And then also, I'm super excited for Ronan Leonard to have him come in and explain how he's done it, what he's done for his mastermind, and how it's impacted his life and the lives of those people that he's been teaching. So again, go ahead and get a snapshot of this on your phone, screenshot, I guess, and post that on social media, or just comment in the post that I'm going to be doing on social media about this on Instagram and on Facebook. And then you'll be able to get a shout out on this podcast, and hopefully we can help you grow your business from the people who listen. So have a wonderful day, and we'll catch you next time on Fuel Your Legacy. Thanks for joining us today. If what you heard resonated with you, please like, comment, and share on social media. Tag me so I can give you a shout out on the next episode. And thanks to all those who have left a review. It helps spread the message of what it really takes to build a legacy that lasts. Catch you next time on Fueling Your Legacy.